Hi, this is Alix Paultre with Aspen Core Media, and I'm here today with Marcus Mosen. He's the CEO of WeEn. Is it WeEn or WeEn?
WeEn.
WeEn.
Semiconductors Limited.
Now, where did the term WeEn come from?
Oh, that's a little bit of a story. Actually, WeEn is an old English word, and it means something like imagination. And it has a similar wording actually in German, where we say WeEn, and in Dutch. So you see the heritage of the company is from England, Manchester, Netherlands, NXP, as well as WeEn and imagination. And then at the end of the day, we decided we enable, we win. And a lot of people will make a little mistake in spelling. They will say win. So we are fine with this as well.
So now, Marcus, you had mentioned NXP. Why don't you give our audience a little bit of the history of the company?
Well, the history of the company is like you can see in the back. I don't know whether you can see, but starting '69, the bipolar business was started in Philips at that time, and actually already at that time in England, Manchester. And later when it was taken over by NXP, the bipolar business was still existing, also still in Manchester, until we decided to move the fab, or the business of that Fab 2, that was called at that time, to China, into a joint venture with a Chinese manufacturer. And this Chinese manufacturer joint venture was still there when I joined. So I came a little bit later, and then I thought, why do you need to have for discrete a joint venture? It's not really on, say, helping either the partner nor ourselves. So we decided to stop that joint venture and become an independent company. And that's what we are now.
Very nice. Now, Marcus, can you tell us about the product line currently, since you have been changing so that we know where you are?
Yeah, but basically we say we are a bipolar power company. So that is for those people to understand bipolar is in principle what we are trying to develop. So we started with triacs and thyristors, and we're still having triacs and thyristors, of course. It has been changing a little bit. We introduced actually in the 2000 the planar process technology, so you have a better performance, as we believe, as well as you can actually bring more dies on the wafer. So at the end of the day, then we went on with diodes, so fast switching, ultra fast recovery diodes, Schottky diodes. Now we have silicon carbide as the latest kid on the block, and actually silicon carbide we are now selling in mass.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's very nice. And the next step we're going to do, we are working on some new solution, new platforms, which we hopefully can release in 2019, 2020 to come.
Wish you all of the success in that. I mean, because the industry obviously needs good power, and there's no electronics without electricity.
Yeah, that's true in a way. Even so, I mean, even electricity usage has changed a lot.
Yes.
And we believe that energy efficiency is one of the major drive in the future. It is already actually, but I hope it will be even more. Because thinking about the future of the planet, I don't want to make it too big now, but thinking about that one, energy is a crucial topic, besides other resources we have to deal with. But our task is to make it happen, that the performance will help, of our devices will help to have a better usage of energy, better efficiency.
Very nice. Now, when it comes to this, power is usually applications agnostic, but are there application spaces that you are targeting?
Yeah, sure. Well, traditionally we have, and you can see that here again. I mean, you can see that again. We are started with white goods when we talk about switches, and we're still in that segment. We call the major white good customers. The brands like Whirlpool in the US, like Bosch, Siemens, like Haier in China. All these big brands are our customers. And what we are doing with them, where we help them to improve their efficiency, is motor control, but also, of course, the classical usages like for heating and others. But that is for the triacs. Then for power supply, of course, we are selling diodes. Most of the big power supply customers or players are our customers. And here we're talking again then about computing, still there, consumer, industrial, we are moving into. So this is our topics. And the last one we are now moving into in terms of application is automotive. We are not a traditional supplier to automotive. Well, NXP was and still is, but we are not. And that has something to do with the size of our company, and at the end of the day, I believe there are so many strong players in the traditional automotive. so that we decided we move into what we call a new automotive application, which is e-vehicle. But we believe it will come. We are a Chinese company, still 25% owned by NXP, but I think you know that the Chinese government is really pushing for electrical vehicle, and as they have a big market to offer, I believe that the international companies will also follow. We are focusing, of course, on charger. So the first automotive products will be released as I speak. Silicon carbide already is automotive release, and the next one will come with the rectifiers by, I think, end of this quarter, and then next quarter will be the diodes as well. So,
very nice, Marcus. Do you have any final statement or any message you want to give our audience before we let you go?
Yeah, I think important is to understand that we are a company which have a tradition. So we are a company which is focusing on quality. We have our own fab, which we are using since many, many years. I think originally almost as old as me. But anyway, now we are having it in China since 14 years. The quality is still the same. The performance is the same. We are cost efficient. We are flexible. We are fast. And we are living in what we call international cultural life. So we want to be there, part of this one.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Okay, thank you very much.